Hello, my dear children. How are you all? Hope you are doing good and staying safe at home. Do you miss your school? Of course you do. I know because you miss your friends, you miss your school time, playtime, your teachers. But don't worry, this pandemic will go away soon and we can come back to school. Are you watching English classes through Victor's channel? So we have already finished with a story, How Far is the River? What was that story about? In that story, there was a little boy who likes to explore the nature. He had heard about a river from the villagers and he wanted to see that. So one day, when his parents were not at home, he decided to go alone to see the river. He walked barefooted, he crossed the mountains, and he enjoyed the nature's beauty. At last, he reached the river, and he was really amazed to see the nature's beauty. He enjoyed and explored the cold and refreshing water. We can imagine how much the boy loved the nature. As him, we are all nature lovers. We like to be in nature. So the next lesson you are going to study is a poem written by William Blake. So it's a poem about nature's plenty. Have you heard about William Blake? Let me explain. William Blake is an English poet. He's also a painter who was born on 1757 and died in 1827. He had written so many poems. His major works are Songs of Innocence and Songs of Experience. And the particular poem we are going to study, The Echoing Green, has been taken from the Songs of Innocence. So shall we start? So all of you can take your textbook and keep the textbook in your hand while I am reading the poem, and you can listen to it very carefully. I will be going through line by line and explaining each stanza. In this poem, Echoing Green, William Blake is explaining the phases of life. Everybody knows life is a span in between birth and death. If a child was born, he or she has to go through all the suffering, sorrows, happiness, burdens, everything till the end. That means till the death. So here William Blake explains it very beautifully. Shall we start? Do all of you have your textbooks? Let's start stanza by stanza. I will read, you just listen to the song. The Echoing Green. The sun does arise and make happy the skies. The merry bells ring to welcome the spring. The skylark and the thrush, the birds of the bush, sing louder around to the bells' cheerful sound. While our sports shall be seen on the echoing green. So here in the first stanza, William Blake is explaining about the starting of a life. That means a birth. Everybody knows birth of a child gives happiness to everyone. Like that, when the sun rises, that means the mornings give us happiness. When the sun arises, that make the skies happy. Not only the skies are happy, the birds in the bush. Here are two names were given, the skylark and the thrush. These are two beautiful birds which sings beautifully. Everybody knows skylark. It's we say it as Vanambadi, and thrush is also a singing bird. So the birds in the bush sings very nicely to welcome the spring. Spring is a season, shows happiness. So, when the mornings are there, what can be seen? The children go out to play. Your children, you also like to play outside more than playing inside the house. So when it's a morning time, you like to go outside and play with your friends. Here also, when the morning comes, everybody are happy and the bird sings to welcome the spring, as well as you can see the sports on the echoing green. Now moving to the second stanza, here the poet explains about the old age of and the youth time of the person or a human being. Let me read it. Old John with white hair does laugh away care, sitting under the oak among the old folk. They laugh at our play, and soon they all say, such were the joys when all girls and boys in our youth time were seen on the echoing green. Here the poet says about a person, old John. From that word we understood that person is very old because it's saying old John with white hair. We all know that. Even though I do have white hairs, and when our hairs are grey, we think that we are getting old. That's how the life goes. So here the person who's having a white hair does laugh away care, sitting under the oak among the folk. What does folk means? Folk means a group. So here old John is sitting with his friends group under the oak tree and he's laughing away without any care. What does that mean? Because here a person or a child is born, he or she has to go through all the way, like from the young age, from the adulthood, then comes to the old age. That means the end of their life. So they don't even have any sorrows, they forget about their sorrows, their burdens, they are happy. So they doesn't even care about anything and they just laugh away without care. And while they were talking, they say that such were the joys when all the boys and girls in our youth time were seen on the echoing green. So they were talking about their youth time and their childhood. So they are talking about when they were children, they used to play in the echoing green, and then they were youth, they used to come around and hang around the echoing green. So they were talking about their older days. Now moving to the third stanza, here William Blake is saying about the end of the life. Let's see. Till the little ones weary, no more can be merry. The sun does descend, and our sports have an end. Round the laps of their mother, many sisters and brothers, like birds in their nest and ready for rest. And sports no more seen on the darkening green. Here in the third stanza, the poet says about how tired by the end of the life. We all know that when we get old, we will be tired of everything. So here, the little ones are playing and playing from the morning and they get tired. Weary means tired. Weary means tired. And there is no merry. When we are tired, are we happy? We will laugh. Yes, we will play. No. When we are tired, we like to go take rest. That's what here they do. And the sun does descend. Now the sun is setting. So we have to go back home. That means it is getting dark and the sports have an end. So there is no more play in the echoing green. And what will the children do? They will run to the laps of their mother That's how children like to do, is it? When they are tired, they want to be on their mother's lap and take rest. As the birds in the nest and ready to rest. And there is no more sports. Sports means play. There is no more play seen in the darkening green. What does darkening green means? End of the life. So, in this poem, The Echoing Green, the poet explains it clearly. How does the lifespan goes from birth to death? I hope all of you understood the poem. So, this is the end of the poem. See you next time. Thank you.